United need Bruno's help. A two-way battle for Rabiot. Gundogan cannot be stopped. To transfer roundup and today's Friday feels all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the OneFootballers and this is the Daily News. So first up, Manchester United need Bruno Fernandes' help, and this time not on the pitch. They obviously need the help on the pitch and he is doing just that, but off it, they're hoping that he can use his Portuguese connections to try and tempt Pedro Neto to join the club. Now of course, if you're a Portuguese player, chances are you're going to be moving to Wolves, but obviously Manchester United managed to bring in one of the best attacking midfielders in the world, and they're now hoping that he can help to bring in one of the best young attacking players in the world. Neto has had an astonishing 18 months or so at Wolves. After signing for Wolves and having a spell at Lazio, he has come to the Premier League and really shown what it's all about. It's quick, direct, attacking play, and most top sides are definitely looking at him, and the one reason being is that he's probably cheaper than most other options, especially in Manchester United's case, right? We know they've been on Sancho's tail for a long time, and it looks at the moment the Sancho deal is just not going to happen. United aren't going to pay whatever it is that Dortmund want, 110 million or something that's what it was at the last count. So Neto provides not only a cheaper alternative, but also a player who could be equally as good. Personally, I think that there are two different players, but for what Manchester United need on that right wing, Pedro Neto could fill that role spectacularly. He cuts inside in his left foot, Marcus Rashford does the same on his right foot from the other side, and then feeding strikers to the middle. They've obviously got Bruno in that attack as well. Manchester United will be on fire. This will be a great signing for them, although if Neto does become available from Wolves and they do have a reasonable asking price for him, I can imagine that United would not be the only ones in the queue. There have also been rumours that Juventus are interested in him as well. And talking of Juventus, one of their players may also be on the way out as well. Now, yesterday we spoke about Aaron Ramsey leaving. It's clear that Andrea Pirlo just does not trust him to be fit enough to put a consistent run of games together, 2 or 3, and he needs a little break. But the same can't be said for Adrien Rabiot, because he has been a mainstay in the midfield this season, although it looks as though he might not necessarily be at the club next season. There are rumours from Calcio Mercato in Italy that Rabiot is being chased by both Manchester City and Barcelona. Now in City's case, we actually spoke about this the other day when they were linked with Dennis Zakaria from Gladbach, that he would be the perfect replacement for Fernandinho, and the same thing kind of goes for Rabiot. I think Rodri in that position is a very good player, but he is no way near as physical as Adrien Rabiot is. Like, he's more of a Busquets kind of player, very neat and tidy on the ball. Certainly physical attributes aren't his main game. So with Rabiot, they were getting a box-to-box aggressive midfielder who can carry the ball as well as play incisive passes, and this I really think fits into what Pep Guardiola is trying to do at Manchester City. Along with this, and actually talking of Busquets, he could be a pretty good player at Barcelona as well. It appears that Ronald Koeman really for some reason just does not trust Miralem Pjanic. I don't know what he's got to do to get a run in the team. Him, again, he's not necessarily the most athletic of players when it comes to being a young, fresh box-to-box midfielder. Busquets definitely isn't that. And in terms of the other players who got in the midfield, like Sir Ricky Puig, Pedri, that's just not their game. They're more nimble, agile, attacking midfielders. Rabiot, in my opinion, would do absolutely perfect at both clubs, and you're probably wondering why. Why would Juventus sell him? Well, apparently they've got their eyes on other targets and need to raise a bit of money if they're to do so. Both Paul Pogba and Sassuolo's Manuel Locatelli are both high on Juventus' list as midfielders for the future, and maybe, like I mentioned yesterday, when it comes to selling a player who's going to earn you enough but not be damaging to the squad, I think Rabiot could fit that bill. They could get a fair bit of money for him, replace him, and still be able to take a few steps forward. So moving on then into some more news from the World Cup qualifiers yesterday, and Ilkay Gundogan just can't be stopped. Germany beat Iceland 3-0, and of course the Manchester City midfielder got on the score sheet. That's all he does nowadays. Well, that would be just a generally complete, brilliant midfielder as well. On top of this, it was good to see Kai Havertz score as well, as he continues to pick up some form for Chelsea, and Goretzka scored after being released by Serge Gnabry after a ball over from Joshua Kimmich, and it looks as though Bayern Munich running the Bundesliga and the national team as well. Alongside this though, and talking of Bayern players doing well, Robert Lewandowski got on the score sheet. Of course he did. In fact, he managed to salvage a point for Poland as they drew 3-3 with Hungary. There was an early Puskás nominee in the Scotland game against Austria as McGinn scored an unbelievable bicycle kick, which helped his side gain a point against the Austrians. Spain got off to a sluggish start as they drew 1-1 with Greece in Granada with Alvaro Morata on the score sheet. And England, well, it's not really much of a surprise. Yes, they beat San Marino 5-0, but a big shout out to Ollie Watkins for grabbing his first international goal on his very first cap and with his very first shot on goal. So next up then, a quick run up of the rest of the day's news that you might have missed. And Scott Brown, yes, die-hard Celtic midfielder Scott Brown, who's been there for like 15, 16 years, is leaving the club in the summer. He has agreed to become a part-time player / coach at fellow Premier League side Aberdeen. Elsewhere, and Liverpool are apparently leading the race for Daniel Marlon, although Juventus and AC Milan are both interested in him. According to reports in Spain from Marca, Arsenal will not be able to sign Martin Odegaard on a permanent deal as Real Madrid still see him as a big part of their future, and Barcelona, from the same newspaper, are also looking at alternatives if they fail to get a massive striker, the likes of Haaland or Mbappe this summer, and one of them is Frankfurt's Andre Silva. Lastly then, we come to this week's Friday Feels. This is where you guys leave your footballing predictions in the comment section down below, and we read out a few of the correct ones on Monday. Of course, a weekend still, because it's the international break, of big international action, and I'm going to go for 3 goal scorers this week. First off, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I think, back in the Sweden squad, by the way, he got an assist last night, is going to score against Kosovo at the weekend. Ciro Immobile is also going to score again because he scored in the last game against Bulgaria. And João Felix is going to find the back of the net for Portugal against Serbia. So there you have my Friday Feels. You guys let me know yours down below. Check out everything else we've got going on. And until next time, have a great weekend. And I will see you guys later.